What's up, fishy folks? Well, update on the 80-gallon planted. I keep messing with things because I'll never get it where I want it. I need more plants. I want to put some anubias in here. I'm not using dirt, so there's not a lot I have to choose from. But the swords are doing great. Java fern, Java moss doing great. The water sprite doing great. And I've had a whole explosion of baby plants, so I'm just planting away as I go here. As I get them, I replant them. Let's focus for you. There we go. Lots of swords. I'm going to try to keep these ones relatively small by constantly trimming them back. Same with the water sprite. It was huge. I trimmed it right back because it was just taking over. It was a little bit much. I'm going to try to keep this short as well, so I'm going to keep trimming it back so it stays short. If you see here, I've really bushed this plant out by chopping the tall ones off and just letting it bunch from the bottom. I put in a new Eheim canister filter. I've also put in an Eheim pre-filter, which is like the best thing on the world, best thing on the planet. It's great. It keeps a lot of the crap out of your canister. I just take this off once a week and clean it out. You wouldn't believe how much stuff gets trapped in this pre-filter. Hasn't really bothered my flow at all. And the good news is it keeps my, well, I can't really see it, it's too dark, but my canister filter's in there. I can't turn on the light. Anywho, my canister filter's under there, and it keeps it nice and clean, so it can do its biological work that it needs to without me having to clean it every couple of weeks. They get dirty. Yeah, so my other update is I had a Fry-plosion. So as you can see, there are a lot of fry in the tank. It seems all of my females decided that they were going to pop all around the same day. So I don't know if you can notice this, but I've got, it's hard to see, but I bet there's 100 fry in here. Easy. Some have been munched up by the mums and dads, but these ones are finally big enough now where they don't really fit in the mouth really well. Oh, I've added auto sinkless too. I don't know if I told anybody about that, but I've added auto sinkless, so they're so sensitive though. I put 6 in the tank, and 3 of them didn't make it. Just stress, like they just didn't make it. But these 3 have been in here now for about 2 weeks, and they are good and thriving and healthy and eating well. I've been there's quite a bit of algae in here, but I've been supplementing them with zucchini and cucumber as well. They're pretty happy. I have a pleco somewhere in here who's getting fat. It's just it's a bristle nose, so he won't get too big. But wow, they do a good job at cleaning up. Done a fantastic job at cleaning up. The canister filter flow is pretty good. It's not too bad. I've got a 2213, which is the Eheim Classic 250. So this is an 80-gallon tank. It's only rated for a 60-gallon, but I do have my large sponge filter as well. Right there, it's a giant sponge filter. This sponge filter is rated for 136 gallons. And everything seems to be going quite well. I've been checking my zero nitrates, zero nitrite, zero ammonia, and my nitrates are pretty much, you can like maybe 0.01. It's so low because these plants are sucking up every last bit of it, which is great. I do a 15% water change once a week. Basically gravel vac the bottom. At the same time I do that water change, and I don't really push into the gravel. This is the really tight, it's super tight, it's the Carib Sea Rio Grande. It's really tight gravel, so you don't really, not too much gets right down into it. Once in a while I'll push the siphon right into the bottom, but you don't see a lot of stuff come up. It mostly sits right on the top, almost like sand. So it's great. It doesn't trap a lot of crap. And my plants that are planted in it are doing quite well. So this is my little update. Oh, I put in a bubble wand too there. Oh, I got a crying baby. Gotta run. So that's my update. Take care.